Our search for knowledge will never come to an end. The world surrounding us is a way to be for a person to know everything about it. The knowledge for an average person is nothing in comparison with all the information the world has to offer us. Not even the smartest people on earth are certain about what they say. As they get older, they will come upon new discoveries, and that is why people should never stop asking for the reason behind everything they learn.
Children assist to kindergarten teachers taught us the principal farm animals and what they produce. One of the commonly animal that we study is the cow. The teacher said that it produces milk. That is the one we consume, and we learned it as an obvious knowledge. But when you grow up, you get to know that there are other animals that also produce milk, for example the goat. As we thought that the only animal that produces milk is the cow, we start to acquire knowledge from our life and from the school. And we know that the cow is not the only animal who produces milk.
Mathematically speaking, 1 plus 1 will be 2 most of the time. It is usually obvious that 1 plus 1 is always 2. That is because when they are in elementary school, they are taught that one person plus another person is equal to people, or that one pencil plus another pencil is equal to pencils. However, as years gone by and we start growing and we start studying more and more, we can actually realize that 1 plus 1 is not always 2. That is because, let's say for example, if we put one woman and one man living together for about a year, maybe, just maybe at the end of the year or 9 months after, it's not gonna be 2 people, but 3 or 4 or maybe 5. Or for example, if we put one lion plus a rabbit in a single cage, that's not equal to animals, but maybe only one. That's because the lion will not eat the rabbit.
We have the tendency to perceive what we want based on our interests and emotions. As we start to understand the way our senses work, we will be capable of know why we can trust in them at all. For example, when you are an eyewitness of a crime, you just take a little glance at the criminal. Then you go to a police officer to declare about what you saw. And there, the police show you 3 possible criminals. And you may not know which one is a real guilty, because you just look at the simple characteristic of the criminal. So you may get confused about which one is a real guilty. So we can say that in some cases the senses don't work as we expect, but it doesn't mean they don't work at all.
In some
cases you can trust in them. For example, if you start touching on a square, by touching it, you can be able to know which form it has.
The first years of your life, your teachers taught you about many different topics, and in that moment you ask, why is this topic so true? And your teachers used to answer you, telling you the same in other words. So it's like you feel like there's obvious and your question is stupid. So you lose the interest of having more knowledge about a special topic. Well, when you grow up, you began to study and you realize that all those topics have a background, and in that moment you begin to study and study, and you know that every knowledge has something behind and deepest. So, and you will notice that all the knowledge and all the information you have acquired all your life is always related one with other. And in that moment, you will fall in the conclusion that it's impossible to have all the knowledge in the world.